y'all, this is a weekly tarot picker card reading for the week of August 21st through 27th. And so for this pick a card, we have 3 animal spirit cards for you to use to choose your pile. So pick whichever animal or whichever pile number you're most drawn to. For pile number 1, we have the cobra. For pile number 2, we have the firefly. And for pile number 3, we have the lizard. The timestamps will be below and in the comments, and I'll see you in your... Hi group 1, if you chose the cobra, this is going to be your reading. Let's go ahead and get you some tarot cards. Group 1, week ahead. Okay. Group 1, week ahead. Group 1, week ahead. Okay. We have the 5 of Cups reversed, the Hanged Man reversed, 4 of Wands reversed, 9 of Pentacles reversed, and 10 of Swords reversed. Whew. Group 1. So the first thing I see here is there's a lot of stickiness and resistance going on with all of your cards being reversed. It feels like you're feeling very stuck. The Hanged Man also talks about a period of pause, and that mirrors with the Cobra. Talks about the Cobra in this deck talks about waiting, patience, and like learning, listening to guides and your own inner wisdom. And the Hanged Man also talks about that, pausing, seeking a new perspective to gain wisdom. I see with the 5 of Cups that you've definitely been going through or are going through a period of grief. That can be a recent loss or processing much older hurts. There's also a sense of betrayal. The 10 of Swords frequently talks about betrayal, or at the very least something that is extremely painful, but it's also the ending of a cycle. It does feel like whatever you've been going through, group 1s, has been very, very challenging, and that I'm seeing a move towards better things. The 4 of Wands can talk about celebration, and the Knight of Pentacles talks about harvest and bounty. But it feels like you may still be feeling stuck and having trouble letting whatever this painful period has been come to an end. Yeah, let's get some more cards and see what they add. Group 1, week ahead. Group 1, week ahead. We have the Anchor, Clover, and the Moon. So yeah, the Anchor talks about safety and stability. The Clover talks about luck. And the Moon talks about what is unseen. So I think, I almost wonder if a lot of this resistance that's showing up in the Hanged Man is that you're not able to see the good things on the horizon. It's almost like you've been, trekking up and up and up a mountain, and it's been very hard and you're very exhausted, and you can't tell that you're just about to hit that precipice, that, you're just about to be able to see all the good things on the other side. But this says that, like, there's good luck, there's stability, there is a lot positive coming for you, even though right now it doesn't feel like it. It's feeling, from the looks of it, really, really sticky. So keep going, group 1s. I know that is frustrating advice to hear, but what's coming to mind is that, you know, when you're going through hell, keep going, saying, I think, yeah, I think you've been feeling really rough, and you can't see what good is going to come, but it is going to come. So let's grab you some Archetype cards. Group 1, look ahead. So we have the Student, which makes sense with the Cobra. And we have the Trickster. Yeah, and I'm seeing these in contrast to each other. This one initially came out reversed. I flipped it upright so that it's easier to read, but I think part of what's going on for you right now, Group 1, is the strato attribute, this quality of thinking you know everything that's possible, and in doing so, limiting yourself and limiting your ability to see what's possibly coming. And then with the Trickster, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. And I think this also highlights that, like, what's coming is unpredictable. You can't necessarily see what's coming, and that's not a bad thing. Let's grab you some self-care. Group 1, self-care. Group 1, self-care. Sound healing. So yeah, definitely, if you have the time and access, a sound bath can be really gorgeous and healing for you, Group 1s. But also listening to music and even singing along. Maybe, you know, turning up the volume somewhere where other people can't hear you, so you can really let loose and, you know, not worry about what you sound like and just focus on moving that energy through your throat, opening up your throat chakra. And hopefully that will help you shift out of this stickiness. Thanks so much, Group 1s. Hi, Group 2s. If you picked the Firefly, this is going to be your reading for the week ahead. Let's get started with some tarot cards. Group 2, week ahead. Group 2, week ahead. Okay. We've got the 2 of Pentacles reversed and the 10 of Wands reversed. They came out together. Got the Page of Cups reversed. The 8 of Swords reversed. And the Page of Swords upright. I was worried for a second we were going to have all reversals. I had all reversals in Group 1. And I swear I shuffled. So the first thing I'm seeing for you, Group 2s, is that you're feeling overwhelmed. And this is very similar to what I was seeing in Group 1. There's a lot of stickiness here. 10 of Wands frequently talks about feeling overwhelmed, and the 2 of Pentacles is about balance. And when it's upright, you know, having things in perfect balance, but when it's reversed, that tends to indicate that something has gone out of balance. The 8 of Swords talks about feeling trapped, and then the Page of Cups is a nice energy, but it can be a little ungrounded, a little unrealistic. It's very creative energy, and that kind of goes well with your Firefly card, which talks about the creative spark. But overall, I'm seeing such an energy of feeling overwhelmed this week and probably leading into this week. And then we have this Page of Swords upright, and this is kind of what I want to focus on here, because this feels like the ending of that overwhelmed, trapped energy. And the Page of Swords, it's sort of, it's new ideas, it's, you know, bright intellect, using one's mind, learning and exploring. It's got a very, Swords is air energy, and Page of Swords has that, like, using our minds, and especially using our minds as a supportive tool energy. And you can see here the figure, you know, she's reading, she's got the light bulbs, which again, I would like connect to the firefly and connect to that spark of inspiration. And then she's balancing. And I would also, you know, draw the contrast between the Two of Pentacles, which again, if it was upright, we'd talk about balance, but here it's reversed. And so we see at the beginning of the week, the lack of balance, through to the end of the week, that sort of perfect balance. I also feel like, you know, the figure here on the Page of Cups, I'm going to turn upright so it's easier to see. You can sort of see he's looking wistful, he's imagining, you've literally got a pig that's flying, but he's not active, he's not doing anything. And so I think part of what this is saying is follow through on your ideas. Take action with your creativity rather than being stuck. Even if you feel stuck, just take the first step and trust that that's enough to start to break that stuckness. All right, group 2, let's get you some Lenormand cards. Group 2, week ahead. The Scythe, the Coffin, and the Child. Ooh, that's a slightly intense energy. Scythe is a sudden change. Coffin is similar to the Death card in Tarot. It's an ending. And then the Child, this could be literally interacting with the child this week, but it also speaks to bringing, you know, a childlike perspective, that kind of unfettered, not self-conscious. And I think children frequently go along with creativity, and the suit of air, the element of air, is also associated with childhood. And so I'm really seeing this sort of like, I wish I had a sense of what the suddenness is. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that side. There is something interesting. Page of Wands. I think something you were hoping for, possibly something creatively you were hoping for, because Wands was cut off, and that sudden loss has got you doubting yourself and feeling overwhelmed. And the advice here is to start fresh, start with a fresh perspective, and trust in your insight, trust in the value of your ideas. Let's grab some archetype cards and get some more information. Group 2, week ahead. Group 2, week ahead. Ooh, we have the Saboteur and the Alchemist. And I'll say the Saboteur originally came out reversed. I've turned it upright so it's easier to read. Yeah, I'm really seeing this as the energy that you're starting in. Either there's possibly some self-sabotage, or maybe even somebody else sabotaged your ideas. You know, maybe a colleague at work undermined a project, or even just having like a boss or somebody who you were hoping to like do some creative work for, cutting you off and saying, nope, not interested. And things like that is directly related to the scythes. scythe and the general like stuckness, as well as this coffin and the death that it symbolizes. And then the alchemist is highlighting, as corny as it sounds, taking this bad experience, taking how stuck you're feeling and transforming it into your next idea. I'm getting the feeling that your next idea is going to be even better. Let's get you some self-care. Group 2, week ahead. Group 2, week ahead. Group 2. Family. So this can be, you know, your birth family, or it can be chosen family. But one way or another, I'm really seeing like this hug, this comfort. I think you are needing comfort and sympathy and holding in the midst of this loss, in the midst of what didn't go the way you hoped it would. And that compassion, that holding, that support, that caring is what will help transition you and transform the energy into the new ideas. I also wonder, given the child card, if there's anybody in your family who has a kid. This might literally mean spending some time with a child, or if you have a child, if a child is part of your family, but spending some time with a child or children, and then that may help shift your perspective as well. Thanks so much, Group 2. Hi, Group 3s. If you picked the Lizard card, this is going to be your reading for the week ahead. Let's start with some tarot. Group 3, week ahead. Group 3, week ahead. Group 3, week ahead. Got the 4 of Wands, the 5 of Wands reversed, the 3 of Wands reversed. Wow, there's a lot of fire energy. The Star reversed, and the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so you're burnt out, Group 3s. The Lizard archetype and spirit animal in this deck talks about the energy of like a highly sensitive person, an empath, and 4 of Wands is celebration, but there's a lot of energy to it. 5 of Wands is sort of conflict, conflict and competition. It's not inherently negative, but it's a lot of energy. And the 6 of Pentacles talks about giving, and especially when it's reversed, it talks about giving having been out of balance, and especially a need to receive rather than to just give. And so I think you have been pouring your energy out, Group 3s, with the 3 of Wands, especially with like, you know, a new creative endeavor, making plans, you know, moving forward. And what I'm seeing here is that your cup is empty and you need to recharge. You need to receive, take care of yourself, maybe celebrate what you have already achieved so that you can get back to that creative spark and your North Star. Let's grab you some Lenormand. We have the Tower, Child, the House, or the Home. Yeah, so you have been out. The Tower in the Lenormand has a very different meaning than the Tower in Tarot. So this talks more about like an ivory tower, structures of society. And so what I'm seeing here is you have been interacting a lot with people, maybe even dealing with like some bureaucracy or some officials. There may have been a lot of work, pouring a lot of energy into work projects. And what I'm seeing here is a need to move towards play and being at home. You may be an introvert who's burnt out on people, or even if you're not an introvert, you may just have, you may have still hit a limit of giving too much social energy. And so I'm seeing a real need for comfort, rest, recharging, joy, play, pleasure, etc. Let's get you some archetype cards. Group 3, week ahead. Group 3, week ahead. Got the gambler and the dilettante. So I think this is adding another element to your message this week. Group 3s of needing to go a bit deeper. These both talk about, there's the upside of both cards of, following your intuition, trusting in luck and the universe to provide to you, being willing to try multiple things, being willing to play even if you're not, you don't necessarily know what you're doing, that sort of the courage. And then there's also sort of the risk of not going deep enough. Here we have relying on luck rather than hard work. And this one has in the shadow attribute pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. And so I think there's also a call to slow down and deepen into the work you're doing rather than being distracted by the next shiny thing. Let's grab you some self-care. Group 3, self-care. Clear your energy field. Yeah, I feel like this is confirming exactly what I was saying about being peopled out, having expended more of your energy, not necessarily than you had, but like at this point being out, needing to sort of go into home or wherever feels safe for you, being able to sort of shed other people's energies and really get back to yourself. And I think that will help you deepen into your creativity. Thanks so much, Group 3s.